Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. There is nothing like peace in the world. Nothing like peace presented as a presentation of the mind, because even if it looks like there is somebody too much, the owner of the peace, or the one who searches peace, is the troubled one, troublesome one. So instead of solving a search, you can present so many ideas and goals and utopias regarding the permanency of it. One has to question the troubled one, the troublesome I. I alone is not a trouble. You can try. But the I we pronounce is always glued to the concept. I am this body, I am this mind, and that's the foundation for all the buildings that will collapse in the way. So let us see if there is a foundation after all. If there is something real like a foundation. So if there is any satsang, it is to redirect to this I we pronounce for anything. I am born, I wake up, I sleep, I'm happy, I'm not happy. And that I we never question. It is a base taken for granted. And that's why one who takes that base for granted will search from the base to outside. As the mind, the nature of the mind is. It starts, it has a span of life, it disappears. So that has to be very clear, and if it is not, satsang is really there to make disappear probably concepts which looks like confusing oneself. That has to be very clear, at least, that everything starts because one takes I, what he calls the sense of I, for real. Question it. Question that I. If you want peace, which is a word to just say, if you just want to realize the self, which is already realized, it's never left you, it's what is the only reality, which is if you are not quiet about it, if it is not obvious to you, you have to question what makes you believe so. And then, this is the space. Satsang is the space, it's very specialized to give the direction, the unique direction, if one believes still in directions he took, because he believes in his life. This is the unique direction which can root out the owner of concepts, the owner of personal life, which the whole world calls I. So, what is this? Oh, no. Long time. Ritual. If you need some to make disappear some shyness or resistance, voilà. Many new faces I see, welcome. You know, in fact, I've not too much to say, except this. I have passion to say the same thing, I hope, in some different ways, but it's always directing to the source of all things. So if I'm not clear to you, if you are not clear with yourself, please ask. Please ask. Or share, or whatever. If there is any conviction, it's also to be shared. Doubts are to be shared and convictions. Doubts they kill many times. So maybe one gets really fed up in the end quicker than those who have convictions. Convictions give comfort. Finally, I have a conviction because I got the accomplishment I wanted to have. So let us see what is this accomplishment. Some doubt maybe needed there. Because there is always one too much. I have a doubt or I have a conviction. I is a root. Is there any root in reality?
I would like to say something. I could drop something which was quite astonishing to me, if not shocking, because I might have heard it in each satsang, at least acoustically.
Yeah.
But only yesterday I could drop the idea that there's progress, and only yesterday I could drop the idea or the hope that liberation, realization will happen in the mind.
I'm very happy to hear about that. Yeah, okay. Okay, so don't make that something anymore. Keep quiet and be very busy. Don't touch anymore this subject. Even if it is to suggest you and still there is better. C'est comme Ah. I take it seriously, huh?
Me too.
Ganga?
Yes, super!
Yeah. I think that this week was very important for me. To find the key how to work with my ideas about suffering. And
You mean to say that you will not work it with that anymore?
oh yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
very good.
And the reactions of the last days are quite different. Sometimes I think, in peace. But I'm not for sure what that for peace is.
At least you are on the right direction, which may give you waves of peace.
Okay.
Good direction.
Okay.
Yeah. Don't stop there. Good direction.
Okay. And then the other reaction came naturally also. A flood of judgments about myself.
Because they were waves of peace, so of course it has to be followed by waves of your past way to think of yourself. So don't take them for valuable. There is nothing there. It's a past habit.
They come on a moment when I'm not so alert. And when I'm awakening...
Okay. Alert or not alert.
Okay.
You are anyway never what you think.
Okay.
It's an imagination only. So immediately drop it at once as soon as you are aware of that. Drop it.
Okay.
I mean, let it appear if it is so, but don't give something so important to look at. It will not solve anything. By now you must know it. You must know it. Otherwise, where it brings you, if you take care of that, huh?
Yeah.
Where it leads you, tell me. You will be a sukha who is maybe a bit more comfortable, but then what? After that, something else will appear. It's very temporary mind or emotional accomplishments. Don't run after that.
Another experience was that I, in contact with other people, I have to the desire to be alone, to be not involved.
Be loved by the self,
Okay.
by your own self,
Okay.
and then maybe this trouble will not be there. You see, those who love the self, they are so beautiful that everybody loves them. Love that self. Love yourself. Real self means love what you can never know what it is. That beloved will never show up, but still it is what you are. Because as soon as you make an experience of it, I is involved. I, others, trouble, samsara.
I'm very grateful for what happened this week.
I'm very grateful you're here, Sarupa. It's great. Very nice. That's what I call, so you come or you hear because the fire awakens. Fire to free yourself. So, take that benefit. It's a good time. I just opened one page this morning of Bhakti, I tell you. So, make it clear, or it is clear already, that when you grasp I as a reality, it brings automatically the full power of the mind. There is no I as reality if one doesn't follow that movement. So, how to stop the thinking, says Master? By being. When you think, you are an object, a person, a body, or some other idea. But by being, there is nothing. Just being. And this being is already here. You are always being. To become something, you must meditate and perform some mantra, ritual, or practice. Just to be is simple. Without being, you can't do any practice. So, don't think of anything else, just be. It is so easy to be. Thinking happens when you want to become something. That's right. Then you must think. But to not become something, what is there to do? Stay as you are. Be as you are in whatsoever circumstances. Just always be. It doesn't need any practice. Whatever you get by practice, you will lose. But being will never be lost because you will not get it by any experience or practice. It simply is. Simply be. Don't steer your mind in being. Don't think. Don't make any effort. I will tell you how to be the being itself. No effort, no thinking. Avoid thinking and listen. Avoid not thinking. Don't move, don't move, don't move your mind, that is all. We can make a rap out of it. Keeping quiet is the highest tapas, means austerity, the greatest yoga, and the most beautiful devotion. This is being. Well, no, just the food. Just the food. You see, if you develop or if you are struck by the beauty, the simplicity of what you really are, whenever there is a happening, it happens. Don't expect to be aware of the happening. Leave that all to spiritual teachings. Happening happens when it is over. Is there anything which happened in reality? So like this one lives this so-called life. But for that you have to develop this total value and love for what you are. Then all the rest will be just squeezed.
Ganga,
Yes.
how do you love what you truly are if you don't know what you truly are?
I know. This is a bit an image of mine. It's just to give the value of it. So, you know, what is this search of myself? What is this search to like to be real? From where it comes?
The mind?
Well, it's a thought,
Mm.
and nobody will know from where it comes. But it's a very peculiar thought. And when you are taken by that thought, you even cannot do much to try to discard it. So I call that attraction, a love for it. And it is more beautiful than what one can even conceive, because you hear more and more, it's what you are, and you will never objectify this beauty or this love of this self if you don't like those words. You can't. You are it. You are it. So, how to develop this attraction is a way to say, if really you see, you seriously see, you have quite enough, you with the explorations in the mind, actually now you would like to dedicate your priority to that you will never know. That sleeping quiet, that where it brings you at the source of all this creation, that will do the job to be more and more attractive to I. So I don't know, this attraction, the words surely are not very accurate. It is just to show that you need to have an intense desire for liberation, for realizing the self. Some call it fire for freedom. You know, there are many ways. I call it sometimes, lately only, but fall in love with, which in fact is not correct. But everybody knows what it means, falling in love. You cannot do otherwise. It's too late. You know, you are taken. So like that. And how do you fall in love? Going back more and more, even if it is a split second, where you never have left. It's what you are. So that self, that what you are, that beingness, that being Master speaks about, will eat away, will do the job. It will eat away other passions, other interests, other concepts. But of course you cannot give, how you say it, you cannot force a horse to drink if he doesn't want to drink. So it's only for those who have this idea or this question or this quest, and it's totally fine otherwise too. this question also because the thinking power is still quite something for you.
Yeah.
And you're right in a way. If you were not doubting, or if you were not trying to search, you would never take this path and also understand what's here. Yet at some point, if you really understand that the mind will never stop its arguments, it will never stop, you see. He is very clever. Mind is something very intelligent in a way, in the expression. So you can of course try to still solve a few questions, but at the same time know that you will never have a final answer for the mind.
By loving ourselves, it's my mind.
Yeah,
that
drop the
decides.
love then. Drop
Okay.
the love.
But does that actually soften up my mind a little bit?
Pardon, I didn't hear. The?
If I choose to love myself,
Yeah.
I find that it softens my mind or my ego or my thought process. It calms it down a little bit. That's just my experience.
That is a side, it's a toffee on the direction.
It's a what?
A toffee.
A toffee, yeah?
Yeah.
Nice toffees.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's
yeah.
like you are invited in the garden or the park of the king. You can visit
Yeah.
the king directly, but
Yeah.
meanwhile, if you like, you can drink or eat toffees and whatnot.
Yeah.
But you see, know that they are toffees.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay, you may eat one or two, you may appreciate, but know that if you really stop there, you will never get to the king. You will never follow the direction to your own self, where everything is produced.
It's okay then to experience these things as long as I know
You
it's not
cannot
it.
avoid it.
Yeah.
If it comes, it
It comes.
comes.
Yeah, yeah,
Enjoy, but don't be the enjoyer. So don't
Yeah,
try
yeah,
to
yeah,
fix it or to necessarily go back there.
Yeah.
You want to express something? No? So there is no question which troubles you. No more. Yeah, but be careful because if it is not at the moment, maybe circumstances are such that you have not at the moment. But as you go, you give a hope to the mind. Okay, I will be quiet just for 1 hour, but after I'm coming back. So, anyway, it's already good. Not at the moment can be always not at the moment. You have to understand that it is the mind which makes you search. And the search and with the belief that the solution is in the mind will be endless. So, don't think. Don't think. Thinking will rise, but don't grasp the thinking. That's what is meant. Satsang. So I do like I did for the so-called adults. Satsang will not speak of playing, doing this and that. It will just remind you of yourself. Means, listen, that is the little difference of everything else. Means to remind you, and that will surely not be the one you think you are. I think I am a body, I think I am a girl, I think I am a boy, I think I'm good, I think I'm great, I think I'm... So that is, I think, what I am. But the self is from where this is expressed. So, let's see. It is difficult to understand this, just what I say, so you must only do it. Let the thoughts rise. I'm great, I'm not. And let them subside. Like waves moving along the surface of the ocean. That speaks to you, you know very well the waves in the ocean. The ocean is not concerned with the rising or the playing or the falling of the waves. Some days they have, some days they are not. It knows that the waves cannot live. E-A, you say live? Live. And to live? Life? Yeah, but how do you pronounce? Live. To live. And to live.
Live.
It's E-A. E-A.
Live.
It knows that the waves cannot live because the waves are ocean. Right? Right? This is called vast understanding. This is where the matter ends. This is where the search ends. Samsara is there, so let it be there. Means whatever rise is there. Whatever rise is there, so let it be there. Manifestation is the nature of self. Manifestation comes from who you really are. The self will never keep quiet, but it manifests as everything. As a wave in the ocean, as a wave is the ocean, so all manifestation is that. All your thoughts, all your actions, all your emotions, actually it comes from your own self. We can say it's that also. Therefore, listen, that's a good way to have a life. Do not accept anything and do not reject anything. That's a good position, very comfortable. Allow the quietness and allow the mind to go and enjoy itself. The difference is that you are not the enjoyer. You are not the one you think you are. And still there is quietness and enjoyment. So close your eyes a minute. Keep quiet, don't think. And if you think, don't grasp. know why I tell you to come? It's just because I want you to know, to hear, maybe something else than what the world tells in general. Because the world may not know how precious it is to hear. Don't think, don't believe what you think of yourself. Don't grasp the thought. That will help you for your own peace and happiness. And that's it. Just. Thanks. Okay, is for everybody?
Yeah, okay, but not this. You just read the self keeps not quiet, it expresses itself all
Yeah.
the time.
Yeah, all the time. That's why with the mind you cannot even have a chance to see what's the self. That's why you see there is an expression, in a split second you can realize the self. There is no word, it's not in time, a split second. So that split second will not be permanent. It's a split second because the self always expresses itself. But in a split second, for some reason, there is a let go of the manifestation, which is still going on. And that's enough. That's enough. There is no state which is more real than another because it is an expression of what is. That's why all those you see silence and this and that, you can call the self like that, but generally they mean something else. They are states. It's a kiss, not an embrace. Toffee. And then what?
This keeping quiet, it's also a state.
Why? You don't keep quiet while asking this question. I just describe what it is. Looking at this question, you don't keep quiet.
Yeah, my problem is I just say it like this now. Okay,
Yeah.
I never keep quiet, not really quiet.
Okay.
So.
I think so. You think so?
Where this keeping quiet happens actually.
In your own self, realization is not keeping quiet. It is a way to acknowledge the one who searches. This is the value. This is here. It happens here, not nowhere else. Otherwise, how you will know? Somebody has to point out, even if it never left you, but you have been so busy with thinking power, it has to be pointed out. Now, if you ask where and all that, you give food to your mind, and you don't keep quiet then. It's not a state, that is sure. I mean, otherwise, why is the use of these precious words? It's another way to say what you are really, that the self is. So it's mentioned as keep quiet because it is never left, it never started, it will never end. It's just to have another flavor to what is believed in generally. It is not a state. It's always there, even if you have a state of quietness appearing. But if you don't confuse, if you don't hook at a state, even the state of quietness appearing as that, then you are left quiet. Because it appeared, it's there, it will disappear, nothing happened, because it wasn't that. and the direction of those words, keep quiet, you just see by yourself, you will acknowledge that in fact you are always busy in grasping a thought, emotion, body, mind, whatever. Always busy grasping. So if you here keep quiet, at least you may see, it's still there, I'm still there, even when I don't grasp this so-called life. Yeah, but let that open and enter you. Somebody is really not aware, is busy. It's extraordinarily busy. And that's called life. Samsara, when you lose yourself in it. And simply life, expression of the self, when the confusion is gone.
Maybe I'm going to say this. So that keep quiet is a glimpse in what we are. Could we say that? Or jump?
If you keep quiet, it may not even be a glimpse. It's just what is, isn't it? But then who is there to say I keep quiet?
But there it will be the realization.
Of course, but you are realized. You don't think so? What is the problem? Because you believe in your thinking.
I think so too.
I know.
But somehow I lose myself in between, thinking that I'm realized and thinking that maybe I'm not.
Yeah, but if you think you have realized, you don't really keep quiet because it's a thought, isn't it? Let it rise if it is there, let it disappear as soon as it. When the mind doesn't have, when the thoughts have no more power on you, because for some reason they've been totally demystified as reality, that it rises this way or that way, you will not even mention. Because there is no value in thoughts about the subject. Huh? Nobody, it's just waves of those. Yeah. Don't think. The mind is don't think is also a thought. Yes, it's a bloody thought, but it is a thought which will stop you thinking. It's mind.
I think I understand what you mean. But
Yeah.
I talk from the side
Why you put yourself in the side?
from the time.
Why you put yourself in the side?
Because maybe I don't know to do different at the moment.
Yeah, because you don't ask, who is this I who thinks is this and that? Who am I? Who am I? Only that subjective thought may root out your concept. But you must only do it. You have to do it. I cannot do it for you. But you have to do it. To be able to do it, one has to have seen maybe enough or to have explored enough with the mind or to have such an attraction towards what the wise man says that it does it. Because, there is no way out, it feels like a small mouse in a trap. Where is the exit? So he will ask this question, because actually his cage is in his mind only. The door is always open and there is even no cage. That's what this subjective question will show. But you can only ask this question, as I said, when this mind, it's quite enough. It's quite enough. I have seen enough, or even if I have not seen everything, I have enough. I have explored enough. I don't have so much more any other interest. Then only you can ask a question. Otherwise you love beside interest, but you feed the person with other things. So it is really a dilemma in yourself that you create yourself. Some glimpse and some world. The world is there because one feeds it. One is attached. You see, it's not for nothing. The tradition speaks of desires and attachments. What is not well understood is that they propose a part of desirelessness and detachment, which I totally discard, because it will not solve anything. You just have to see that you hook yourself constantly, so-called constantly, at your mind. So don't think, don't hook at a movement of the mind, even if it is detachment. It will not help you. Just see the unreal nature of the mind. It comes and goes. All accomplishments comes and goes. All ideas comes and goes. All ideals, they come and go. They are not there when you sleep. We see that every day, every night. So why to pick up what is not always there? You like it? No. It's okay? Only? It's okay only. Oh, you will not be satisfied with okay. It's new to you, or you have heard of it?
I've heard of it. I saw you also on YouTube,
Okay.
and also Mucci,
Yeah.
and read also Ramana Maharishi.
Oh, you are well accompanied.
Yeah.
Is there any question? Is there any something you want to clarify? Or where are you?
It's like thinking never stops,
Yeah.
but in the same time, if you don't take it so serious, then it brings you out of this working on it.
Okay. And how come you can take it not seriously? How is it?
It's often after the thought that I think, this was not so important. Like
Okay.
the thought brings me first in a situation,
Yeah, sure.
and afterwards I can see,
Yeah.
it was not
Yeah,
necessary.
but sometimes it may happen that it was important. So I think you have to see more than that. Not only that it's not so important, you have to see it appears that it's really unreal. It is unreal by nature. Unreal. You know? And you are not that. It comes from what you are. You are not that. It's because it's a bit like a pill, you see. You give yourself a pill. It's not so important. And then it quite turns, it's a bit like a sleeping pill.
I had this experience once
Okay.
that I was one would solve everything, like a universal experience. And but this was with a pill. This was with LSD. And I thought afterwards,
You thought that?
I knew afterwards that I can do it myself without the pill. I mean, like because it
The
just
gate
showed
was
me.
open.
It showed me that it's possible that you can
And where
enter
was
it.
it? Where was that?
Experience on the beach in Greece.
Yeah, exactly. So you had a body, and it happened in the mind of that body.
But there
It
was
happens
no
to
body anymore.
somebody. How do you know it? How do you know what happened? To whom it happened? To whom this narrow-minded became extended to universal space. What is real should be here now, without any description.
Yeah.
I mean to say, don't take this. It was very good. But don't try to go back there, because it is as unreal than anything else in the mind. Very good. Now, you just ask to whom this happened, even that blowing experience of nobody. And you go with the question. You don't carry any experience with you. You just go from where I, the owner, with the shape of nobody, comes from. Or you keep quiet where it disappears. It's the same.
So I'm there. There's no question anymore.
Yeah. And there is no wanting to go back to that experience anymore. Okay? Okay, quiet. Is there any okayness there?